the final version of the game. So the codes that we used in the previous version was not definitive. So right now we're creating this foundation of the game, and then we're adding new content and perfecting the game as a whole. So the next version will be actually the final version of the game, but not completed. I'm not sure if I'm being clear about.
Yeah, the idea is that you've been prototyping for the 3 years, making it fun and all that sort of stuff, but like now you've got to refactor everything and make it actual code that you can use in a production, like when you launch it worldwide.
Perfect. You got the whole thing. Perfect. So and right now what we're doing is we have a team that is developing the new art of the game. We are also developing new codes, everything. And the UI part and UI UX part, we didn't. It's not a priority at the moment because we are handling other areas, other things that are needed at this moment. But we want to think ahead of solutions that can help us, things that might get that might facilitate or make it faster or make it easier when it comes to UI or other aspects of the game. So we want to explore and learn more about this field to see if we can discover new features that can help us develop it faster and more efficiently, obviously.
Cool. What is this your own engine then? You're building your own engine, or are you using Unity or Unreal or anything like that?
We're using Unity, but our network is being made by ourselves.
Okay, but Unity you're using for your front end and UI?
UI, we did use the Unity interface. I don't know the name of they call. I think it's Unity.
Yeah, it's just the native Unity. Yeah.
The native. Yeah, we used that in the past, but we haven't decided yet how we're going to deal with that right now because we haven't hired the UI UX person for the studio right now. It's not in. We are planning to hire this person in like 2 or 3 months.
Yep.
But we are already searching for solutions.
So yeah, so if you're so let me suggest a couple of things. One, thanks for reaching out, and this is a really interesting challenge. Two, the other question that I had is this going to be PC only, or is it going to be on multiple platforms?
Our priority definitely would be PC. We do not discard the possibility of porting in the future, but
right. This would have to be successful first, though. It's not like you're trying to launch at the same time on different platforms.
No.
Okay.
PC is our main platform.
Okay. So one of my co-founders and partners, his like lifeblood has been working with engineers on architecting great Unity-based solutions, and he started in the mobile space working on mobile games, obviously, but then he's worked on cross-platform games and PC games and things like that. And it might be really interesting to have just an initial conversation between him and you and perhaps someone who is more like focused on the technical architecture of the game.
Development. Yeah, our lead engineer.
Yeah, lead engineer who's interested in and responsible for the Unity implementation, because they could like talk about some of the technical challenges and things, and we'd be happy to do that just on a like, let's just chat. There might be ways. I mean, obviously, we'd be looking for ways to potentially work together, and there might be interesting ways. But we would be happy to give you our brain dump on this type of stuff and, answer follow-up questions and things like that, where we would definitely be more than happy to chat with you all about that. I'm not the person because I'm not very technical, but Neil, my co-founder, is, and we should set up, if you're interested, we should set up a meeting and get those folks together.
Yeah, totally. I play the same parts as you because in this case I'm marketing. So what I do in those events, I try to identify potential companies and consultants and tools that that we identify as a necessity inside our studio. And then the following conversation is made with the lead of each area
Sure,
that
that
I
makes sense.
so that will be definitely the second step of this conversation.
Yeah, and the other thing is too is that oftentimes hiring, like you're going to be hiring sort of the lead UI UX person. Sometimes it's hard to get the right person for that job. Either you don't have the budget for the senior person isn't available because it's just hard to hire these folks, and so and so sometimes you need, like we do, like we could work with you at the strategic level to like set you up for success and then mentor, provide guidance so that it's not just one person. I mean, this game is a very big, complex, game, and one person trying to attack it all is gonna be like, gonna be either super frustrating, hard to succeed at, or all of the above. And so there's also potential ways we can work with you there in terms of like finding the right candidate, mentoring them, and all that sort of stuff too, and also helping your team think about it so that you can set your UI UX person up for success, um, because sometimes they need more support, especially if the team isn't as familiar with or isn't used to working with a UI UX process. So we'd also be happy to chat with you guys about that too.
That what you just said is perfect because it's exactly what we have been looking for in other areas like monetization. We've been looking for companies that can share their experience with us, so our learning curve is less difficult, less um, stressful.
Have you
And
found a good monetization person that you trust?
actually, right now we're having a conversation with a company from Brazil, but
Cool.
we haven't decided if we're going to move forward with them. We are in conversation phase,
Let
so
me,
would like to.
if you're still interested in talking to some folks, I can make some introductions, not to people who do that kind of business, but who know people who do, because that's one of your most important and usually most expensive hires, and so you want to make sure you're getting the right people involved. So
Sure. We appreciate that so much.
what I'll do is I'll put you in touch with one or two of my colleagues who we often chat with each other. Who one of them has done from AAA to free to play mobile games. He's currently employed and has a job, so he's not doing it anymore. But he knows people, he knows the process. He can help you make sure you're asking maybe the right questions and things like that. So and he's a really nice guy, a very trustworthy guy. So I'm happy to make that introduction. And I'll just introduce. I think I've got your. Do I have your? Yeah, I have your email, so I can just make an email introduction.
Yeah, if you, I'm not sure how should we move. But let me see. I have your email as well. Yeah. About the our conversation about UI UX, we send separate emails, right? And then I'll CC our lead engineer to the conversation. So
Yeah, so we can set up a meeting when it's convenient. Yeah.
okay, perfect then. That's perfect.
Awesome. This is my first virtual world meeting, so it was kind of fun.
Oh, the voice.
Yeah, they still got to work out some of their UI UX of the of this experience.
Especially because when you get close to somebody, you start hearing their conversation, and it's not very private, you know.
Yeah, I know some of the folks at Exola, so I think this has got a lot of promise, but yeah, there's obviously things we need to do to improve it to make it, the next version.
But I love the idea. I mean,
Yeah.
I wish the event was with more people, but the idea is so good. I hope
yeah.
that they keep with that.
Well, that's the thing too, right? They need So I was talking to someone from Exola. It's like one person just doing it, kind of, because they had some tech, and so it was just I think this shows the promise, and I think if they put some funding behind it and hire get some UX people and some product people, you can make this, and so you can drive events and other things. Like I think this could be, because I've hated the meet to match stuff. Like I don't mind the meet to match stuff at a conference where I'm actually going and meeting with people in person. But I found just trying to do meet to match without a conference like that, it's just hard to even get motivated, and the tools are so bad. Yeah. But the idea of meeting people in the world and stuff like that, I think is it's very powerful. So I'm hoping they can.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Cool. Totally. I mean, I planned the Xola team a year ago at GDC, and then we've been building our relationship based on that event, and then we met again during Gamescom, and then we were planning to meet at GDC this year.
Right, of course.
Everything fell apart,
yes.
But it's important to build these relationships in person. I hope that COVID ends as soon as possible, so we can have our beloved conference again.
Well, that's the thing. The thing is, too, is that I haven't been able to do Brazil yet. I was in Uruguay a few years ago, and then Colombia, and so Brazil is high on my list. So when travel starts to become a thing again, we'll have to talk about how do we do a workshop there or something at one of the big conferences or something like that. But I have a feeling that's 2021 or 2022 or who even knows now.
Yeah, totally. I can introduce you to the Abra Games, which is the Brazilian Games Association, and they can
because we can do. I mean, we're gonna
like that.
Sure, because we're gonna want to do virtual versions of it anyhow, right? It's not like people are gonna wait a year or 2 years before we start doing those things, right? So, yeah, okay. I've got to run for my next meeting, which is unfortunately not a virtual one. But please do. I've got your email. You've got my email. Let's do some follow-ups on this. I'll as soon as I can, I'll introduce you to my friend who might be able to help you out in terms of finding good monetization folks. And then as soon as you can introduce me to the person who we need to meet with, who Neil needs to meet with, we can try to get something set up that way.
Perfect. I appreciate the great meeting, and have a great event or other meetings as well.
Thank you, and take care.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.